This is a Level 2 Academic Compliance Alert, issued in coordination with the Department of Student Preservation and Curriculum Integrity. The student who corrected a spelling error in Room 4C has not been recovered. His voice is still answering. Roll call, do not stand. Do not speak. Keep your eyes on the desk and your thoughts to yourself. You may have noticed something. Off today? A date on the board was wrong by a decade. The alphabet chart skipped a letter. Your teacher called you the wrong name, and when you corrected her, she smiled. You thought it was a mistake. It wasn't. That was the test. And some of you already failed. Effective immediately, all correction protocols have been suspended. You are no longer allowed to correct your teacher even when she says the sky is green. Even when she claims your hometown doesn't exist. Even when she speaks a language you've never heard. Because the truth is, that's not your teacher anymore. All 9 classrooms in Sector B have reported instructional identity shifts. The individuals at the front of those classrooms may appear familiar, but they are not who they were. Students who raised their hands or corrected errors experienced the following symptoms: sudden dizziness, nosebleeds, echo speech, repeating what the teacher says involuntarily, temporary facial distortion when viewed through windows or screens, whispering sounds from inside lockers, dreams where you're still in class, but the bell never rings. If you have experienced any of these, do not go to the nurse. She already knows. She helped them get in it, started with Room 4C. One student noticed a grammar error on the whiteboard and said, "That's not right." The teacher turned her head slowly and replied, "Then teach it yourself." He stood up, walked to the front, and never walked out. But now, we all hear him. That faint humming at the start of every class, that's him. If your teacher pauses and stares at the corner of the room for more than 12 seconds, close your eyes. Not as punishment, for your protection. If the lights flicker while she's speaking, don't blink if she writes your name on the board without asking. Erase it before she turns around if she asks, "Would you like to correct me again?" Say no, say it clearly, and never look away from her hands. And now, the part they didn't want me to tell you. She's not teaching the wrong answers. She's teaching the new reality where facts bend, names dissolve, and you exist only if she allows it. Every mistake she makes is a question. Every correction you give is your answer. Most of you failed. This concludes the compliance briefing. Remain silent. Accept the lesson, or be replaced by someone who will. They're already waiting.
Emergency broadcast. School District Alert number 47. Attention, students, faculty, and parents. This is a critical notification from the school board. As of 8:45 a.m. today, multiple classrooms have reported alarming changes in the behavior of teaching staff. If your instructor has failed to blink during lessons for more than 72 consecutive hours, take the following precautions immediately. Do not approach them. Do not make direct eye contact. And, above all, do not remind them to blink. The first signs are subtle: a math teacher staring a moment too long at an equation, or a history professor whose eyelids remain open, even when chalk dust fills the air. By day 2, their corneas appear unnaturally glossy, reflecting light like wet glass. By day 3, their lips begin to move when no one is speaking, forming words you cannot hear. This is not exhaustion. This is not an illness. The affected staff are no longer themselves. They've been replaced. The real teachers. We've found them. Locked in the boiler room. Folded into gym mats. Silenced in closets. Their eyelids removed. Their mouths sewn shut with strands of human hair. If you suspect your teacher has been affected, follow these steps carefully. Pass a discreet note to the nearest administrator. Do not use lined paper. The grooves attract their attention. If your teacher writes on the board, in flawless cursive, avert your eyes. What they're writing is not meant for you to understand. If you see their reflection in a window or mirror while their body faces away, close your eyes and count to 7. They mimic sight but cannot comprehend human awareness. Now, here's the truth. The school board hasn't shared This started in 1987 with a teacher who never left. The original unblinking staff member has been here for decades, quietly replacing those who showed too much focus. The current principal hasn't blinked since they are hiring in 2003. A final warning, as you hear this, check your own blink rate. If you realize you haven't blinked since the broadcast began, act immediately. Lower your head. Cover your eyes. Do not look up until the screaming stops. They always scream during the transfer. For the class of 2025, there's hope. But only if you remember, they are watching. Always watching. Transmission ends.
This is a Level 3 education advisory, issued by the State Office of Student Safety and Welfare. Please listen carefully. Do not attend school tomorrow. Academic institutions have been officially suspended until further notice. Even if your school appears open, even if the lights are on, do not go inside. Do not approach any teachers, staff, or faculty. Do not respond to announcements, bells, or roll calls. If you see your class inside the building, even if they wave at you, even if you recognize your seat by the window, walk away. In the past 48 hours, several students across the state have reported unusual disturbances. Classmates they don't remember, lessons that never end, windows showing skies that don't match the weather outside. These are not isolated events. Students who entered their school buildings this morning have not returned. We do not know what is inside those schools. We cannot confirm whether your classmates are still themselves. If you hear your name whispered from behind a classroom door, do not answer. If your teacher calls your phone tonight, let it ring. Do not speak, do not respond. If you wake up and find your school bag already packed, sitting by the door, do not leave your house at 7:03 a.m. A student from Northview High sent a final message. It read, "My classroom is full but nobody's breathing." He has not been heard from since. This advisory will repeat every 30 minutes until further notice. For your safety, for your life, do not go to school tomorrow. You've been warned.
This is a classroom-specific broadcast. If you remember our previous alert, the one about the teacher who didn't blink for 72 hours, forget it. That situation was resolvable. This one isn't. This is worse if you're in a classroom right now, and your teacher has been standing still for longer than 45 minutes. Stop what you're doing. Do not speak. Do not raise your hand. Do not call attention to yourself. We know what's happening. Yes, they're still standing. Yes, they haven't moved since the first bell. And no, they are not breathing. You've probably convinced yourself they're focused, lost in thought, tired, but you're wrong. Their chest isn't rising. Their eyes haven't shifted, and they haven't blinked once since you walked in. They are not dead. They are not alive. They are present in the most dangerous sense of the word. If they call your name and their mouth doesn't move, don't respond. If the silence in your classroom feels too perfect, too heavy, do not be the one to break it. Something has taken a hold, and it spreads, not through touch, but through stillness, through mimicry, through a kind of absence that looks too much like paying attention. Look around. Do you see students in the front row beginning to lean? Heads tilted the same way as the teacher? Hands resting just the same? That's not imitation. That's infection. Check the classroom clock. Is it stuck? Flip through your notebook. Are you writing things you don't remember starting? Good. That means you're still aware, but not for long. This entity doesn't want your fear. It doesn't need your attention. It wants your presence, your body seated, your hands still, your face blank. It wants to hollow you out and keep the class running like nothing ever changed. Security. Footage confirms no one entered the building this morning. And yet, when the bell rang, the teacher was already in the room, standing, watching. Do not stand. Do not move unless instructed by this broadcast. This is no longer about breathing. This is about forgetting you ever did. If you're watching this from the hallway, keep moving. Don't stop. Don't look through the glass.